Subpart O, 1926.600 through 605. Motor vehicle and equipment. Subpart O, 1926, 600 through 605. 600. Equipment. 601. Motor vehicle. 602. Material handling equipment. Rollover protection systems. Subpart W. 603. Pile driving equipment. 604. Site clearing. Signs and barricades. Subpart G. 605. Maritime operations. Most frequently cited violations for Subpart O. 61 violations: earth moving, compacting equipment, reverse signal alarm. 42. Bidirectional machines, horns. 41. Industrial trucks, ANSI B56.1 through 1969. 38. Vehicles with obstructed rear view alarm observer. 31. Lifting, hauling equipment, use of safety platform. 1926.600 Equipment. Equipment in use or unattended for identifying location adjacent to a highway. Barricades, lights, reflectors. Equipment maintenance. Maintenance of job site equipment. Wheels. Split rims or locking ring requirements. Inflating, mounting, dismounting. Tires shall have a safety tire rack, cage. Equipment maintenance. Heavy equipment parts suspended by slings, hoist, or jacks, or when being repaired. Blocked, cribbed, engine stop, control in neutral, brakes set, wheels choked. Equipment maintenance. Cab glass. Safety glass. No cracks glass, no broken glass. Batteries. Charging. Caps in place. Vent caps are functioning. PPE. Face shield. Aprons. Rubber gloves. Emergency eye wash within 25 feet. 601. Motor vehicles. Those pieces of equipment that can operate at both a job site and or the highway. Examples include dumps, flatbeds, pickups, transporting workers, equipment, and materials are some of their functions. 601. Motor vehicle requirements. 2 headlights, operable condition. 2 tail lights, operable condition. Brake lights. Additional lights if visibility conditions warrant. Audible warning device. Operable. Obstructed view to rear. Reverse signal alarm. An observer signals it's safe to do so. Windshields. Wipers. Defogging system. Defrosting system. Haulage vehicles. Loaded by cranes, power shovels, loaders. Cab, shield, and or canopy. Tools secured to prevent movement. Vehicles used to transport employees shall have a seat for each employee. Secured seat belts. Trucks with dump or haulage bodies, equipped with positive means of support, permanently attached, capable of being in a locked position during maintenance, inspection work. Levelers, controlling hoisting or dumping body devices, equipped with a latch or other device. Prevents accidental starting or tipping of mechanism. Tailgate trip hazards. Arrange so that the operator will be in the clear. Rubber tire equipment. Must have fenders, mud flaps, for vehicles not designed for fenders. Maintenance. Checked beginning at each shift for safe operating conditions. Service brakes, trailer brakes, parking system, handbrake, emergency stopping system, brakes, tires, horns. Steering mechanism, coupling device, seat belts, operating controls, safety devices, lights, reflectors, windshields, wipers, defrosters, fire extinguishers. Types of earth-moving equipment covered: scrapers, bulldozers, off-highway trucks, graders, agriculture, similar equipment. Material handling equipment. Seat belts provided on all equipment. Exceptions: equipment not equipped with rollover protective structure. Equipment only designed for stand-up operation. Access roadways and grades. Constructed and maintained to accommodate safe movement. To restrain and control runaway vehicles. Brakes. Capable of stopping and holding equipment fully loaded. Audible alarms. On all bidirectional machines. Distinguishable from surrounding noise levels. Operable when needed. When machine is moving in either direction. Maintained in operative condition. Audible alarms. Exceptions. Equipment similar to ditch witch trade name. Motorized Georgia buggies. Scoot cranes. Audible alarms. Obstructed view to the rear, prohibited movement unless reverse signal alarm is used. Distinguishable from surrounding noise level, or an employee signals that it is safe to do so. Scissor points, front end loaders, which constitute a hazard to the operator under normal operation, shall be guarded. Lift trucks, stackers, etc. meet requirements of 1926.600 and the following. Equipment with overhead guards meeting ANSI B56.1, 1961. Rated capacity clearly posted. Lift trucks, stackers, etc. Modifications or additions affecting capacity or safe operation must have manufacturer's written approval. Instruction plates, tags, or decals must be changed accordingly. Prohibit reducing original safety factor of the equipment. 1926.603 Pile driving equipment. Pile driving equipment. General requirements. Boilers or piping system must meet the requirements of the ASME power boilers. Pressure vessel must meet the requirements of the ASME pressure vessels. Overhead protection. Equivalent of 2-inch planking or other solid material of equivalent strength. General requirements continued. Stop blocks to prevent the hammer from being raised against the head block. A blocking device while employees are working under the hammer. Guards across the top of the head block to prevent the cable from jumping out of the sheaves. When the leads must be inclined for driving batter piles, provisions shall be made to stabilize the leads. Fixed leads shall be provided with ladder and adequate rings so the loft worker can attach a lanyard to the leads. If the leads have loft platforms, standard guardrails must be in place. Steam hose leading to a steam hammer or jet pipe shall be securely attached. Air hammer hoses shall be provided with same protection. Safety chains, 1/4 inch for each hose connection. Steam lines must consist of 2 shutoff valves. Guys, outriggers, thrust outs, or counterbalances to maintain stability of pile driver rigs. Pile driving from barges and floats. Barges and floats supporting pile driving operations shall meet the requirements of 1926.605. Pile driving equipment. Engineers and winchmen accept signals only from designated signalmen. Employees shall be kept clear when piling is being hoisted into the leads. When piles are being driven in an excavated pit, walls shall be sloped or sheet piled and braced. Pile driving equipment continue. When steel tube piles are being blown out, employees shall be kept beyond the range of falling material. When cutting off the tops of driven piles, pile driving operations shall be suspended except where the cutting operations are located at least twice the length of the longest pile from the driver. When driving jacked piles, all access pits shall be provided with ladders and bulkheaded curbs to prevent materials from falling into the pit. 1926.604 Site Clearing. A. General requirements. 1. Employees engaged in site clearing shall be protected from hazards of irritants and toxic plants and suitably instructed in first aid treatment available. Environmental assessment. Make a determination of inherent hazards and potential exposure. Snakes, wasps, poisonous vegetation, accessibility to the clearing site, time and medical facility, fire potential, water availability, hazard communication, MSDS, PPE storage use. ROPS 1926.1000 through 1003. Objective: to minimize the likelihood of a complete overturn and thereby minimize the possibility of the operator being crushed as a result of a rollover or upset. ROPS, rollover protective structures. All equipment manufactured from September 1, 1972 to present must have ROPS. Labeled information. Manufacturer or fabricator's name. ROPS model, number, if any. Machine make, model, or series number that structure is designed for. Rollover protective structure, Subpart W. ROPS, overhead protection. 1926-1000. Rollover protective structures for material handling equipment. 1001. Minimal performance criteria for rollover protective structures for designated scrapers, loaders, dozers, graders, or crawler tractors. .1002 Protective frames, rollover protective structures for wheel-type agricultural or industrial tractors used in construction. .1003 Overhead protection for operators of agricultural and industrial tractors. All rubber-tired self-propelled scrapers, rubber-tired front-end loaders, rubber-tired dozers, wheel-type agriculture and industrial tractors, crawler tractors, crawler-type loaders, and motor graders. Compactor and rubber-tired skid steer equipment. ROPS for equipment listed above is reserved pending consideration of standards currently being developed. ROPS must meet minimum performance criteria detailed in 1926.1001 and 1926.1002, or shall be designated, fabricated, and installed in a manner which will support, based on the ultimate strength of the metal, at least 2 times the weight of the prime mover applied at the point of impact. Machines with ROPS that meet one of the following existing governmental requirements shall be deemed in compliance with this standard. State of California, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Bureau of Reclamation, U.S. Department of Interior. At least 52-inch vertical clearance from deck. Remounting of ROPS must be equal or stronger than original mounting. Manufacturer or fabricator's name and address permanently affixed to structure. ROPS model number, if any, machine make, model, or series number that the structure is designed to fit, permanently affixed to structure. ROPS 1926.1001 covers the minimum performance criteria for rollover protective structures for designated scrapers, loaders, dozers, graders, and crawler tractors. Test procedures shall verify energy absorbing capabilities of ROPS, verify the support capability to cover the possibility of the vehicle coming to rest on its top, verify low temperature impact strength of material used in ROPS. Signs, signals, and barricades. Subpart G. Signs. Warning of hazard. Temporarily or permanently affixed or placed at locations where hazards exist. Signals. Moving signs. Provided by workers such as flagmen or by devices such as flashing lights to warn of possible or existing hazards. Barricades. An obstruction to deter the passage of persons or vehicles. Signs. Danger signs. Used only where an immediate hazard exists. This blank space is used for additional wording. Caution signs. Used only to warn against potential hazards. This blank space is used for additional wording. Exit signs. Exit. Background must be white. Letters must be red, minimum 6 inches high and 3/4 inch wide. Traffic signs shall conform with ANSI DC.1-1971 Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices for Streets and Highways. Certain state guidelines may pertain to work activity, PA Publication 203. Accident prevention tags. Temporary means to warn of existing or immediate hazard, usually attached to a piece of equipment. Examples shown: do not operate, danger, caution, out of service, do not use. Table G-1. Signaling. Flagman. Used when signs, signals, and barricades do not provide the necessary protection on or adjacent to a highway or street. Signaling direction shall conform to ANSI DC .1-1971. Must wear red or orange garment during flagging. Must wear reflective material during night operations. Flags or paddles must be 18 inches square. Red lights must be used during darkness. May also conform to Publication 203. A flagger shall have pride. Professional, and have a neat, clean appearance, be alert and properly positioned, responsive, and able to adjust to changing conditions, informed, and properly briefed by the supervisor and no limits of work area, decisive, and give signals that are clear, effective, and able to efficiently control the flow of traffic. Barricades shall conform to ANSI D6.1-1971, Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices for Streets and Highways relating to barricades. This concludes the presentation on motor vehicle equipment.